Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Happy 2017.
Oh my gosh, it is. It's this first day. First work day, I guess.
First work day.
Man, that's great. I'm all wrapped up in the topic today, and I didn't even think of that. Welcome to the show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about a flip per month with Offers2Owners.com. It's a website we're just about to launch. And you get the first look, or you get the first glimpse. Before we get into it, Jill, let's take a question posted by one of our members. As always, on the landacademy.com online community. It's free.
Cool. Okay, Kathleen asked, if an offer price is renegotiated with the seller, should you send out a revised purchase agreement reflecting the newly agreed upon price with the new deed to the mobile notary for signing, or no?
So I'll give the background or set this up for you, and then you can answer, but I'm pretty sure we have the same answer. We'll see. So what happens is we all in our group send out a bunch of offers, and some of them come back signed, and a lot of times people call back and say, hey, I got your offer and I really do want to sell it, but your price doesn't work. I would love to get X for the property, a different price, usually a little higher, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you go do a little back and forth on the phone and everybody agrees. So do you need to revise? So we sent them, our group sends out, or we send out offers to sign anyway. Do we need to send a revised one, or do we initial a new one? What do you think, Jill?
I don't think it matters at this point.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
It depends on the person,
Yeah, true.
But in general, I almost never send a new purchase agreement or a revised purchase agreement. I might, if I think the seller's not too interested, or they don't sound motivated, I might have them do something. Like, let's say, initial the original offer that they have sitting there and change the price, cross it out, initial it and date it and fax it in if they're older. Or scan it and email it in if they're,
Right. It's a little bit of a call to action.
Yeah, just
a little bit of a more of a buy-in kind of thing.
Yeah, let's see if you're serious. Money where your mouth is kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Usually, it's kind of like a handshake. Usually, it's like, okay, Mr. Smith, okay, we all agreed on X. Yep, all right. Then we're setting up the notary, and then we don't even talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's usually how it goes.
Exactly. I don't recall ever sending a notary out to get an original signature on a purchase agreement for these types of assets.
You know what? That is a nice little point too. Yeah, if for any reason, like you said, Jack, that we're gonna do a revised one, it's just like you said, I'm just gonna have the guy print it out at his home and initial it and send it back, or send me some image of it back. It could even be a photocopy from his cell phone.
Yeah. Okay. That's
even
good
just
too.
That.
Right.
That's a lot of people will do that for me. So that's it.
Hey, if you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landacademy.com. Today's topic: a single flip per month with Offers2Owners. It's a new product that we're releasing. Before we get into this, though, the meat of the show here, what time is it, Jill? Can you describe on Monday morning exactly what's going on here?
Here's what's funny, too.
And
yes?
What you're doing to me?
Yeah. But last time I checked, this is your way you'd love to do it anyway.
It is.
Because this is normal for you.
It is.
So we're usually recording when the sun's up.
I'm getting a kick out of this because you're dragging a little bit.
Thank you. But today we're not recording with the sun up. Today we're recording before the sun comes up, because later on when the sun is up is the Rose Parade. And one of my annual traditions is watching the Rose Parade, drinking mimosas, having a great breakfast on New Year's Day. Well, of course, it's with the Rose Parade. If anybody here other than me is silly and follows this, it's never on a Sunday. Our football people know because they're watching the Penn State USC game today, which is also today, wasn't on the 1st. Anyway, it follows the Rose Parade tradition. So I love the Rose Parade. And it was funny because I was out last night with my girlfriend and explaining this whole thing. She's like, you should just have mimosas in your hand on your show anyway. And I'm like, you're right. It's kind of funny. So as a side note, she loved it so much when we did our little live thing, Jack, where we had our live in the studio where people were watching us record this. So we should probably, she was going, are you going to be in the studio? Can you do it live? And I'll watch you guys with your mimosas. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet.
It's a good thing we're not video live right
now.
For a bunch of reasons.
But, good point. But I think we should bring that back again and do that once in a while because that was fun. So yes, so back to what you're saying. It's not the sun is not up yet. It's a little after 6 our time, and we're recording for today, so I can do this. So thank you, Jack.
No problem. We all have our priorities, Incidentally, our whole family was here for over the holidays. They're all gone now, but here's the conversation, the brief conversation I had with our number two kid. He said, "Yeah, I really don't like sports. I never have." I said, "Yeah, neither have I. Then why do we have to watch and talk about it?" And I said, "Because your mother." And she makes it cool because she's a girl.
Thanks.
But if she was a guy, it would be like, yeah, none of this is not cool. You just sit around and watch sports. But for some reason, if you're like a cool woman like you are,
thank you.
It's just cool.
Thank you.
Or more interesting for some reason.
Thank you.
I have no idea even what sports season it is right now.
It's all good.
Today's topic: a flip per month with Offers2Owners.com. As always, all the products that here's the nature of Offers to Owners, but as always, all the products we release are at request of our existing customers or new customers that are coming in, and they're saying, "Man, I love your stuff," or "I sort of like your stuff, but if you did this, this, and this, it would be fantastic." So the result of that is Offers2Owners.com, and I kind of concocted it. Jill and I concocted it a couple of months ago, and we're just about ready to release it. And it's simple. It's very, very, very simple. It's the basic tools you need to get offers to owners. And you need two basic sets of professional grade tools to accomplish this. You need the access to the database, the RealQuest Pro database that we have and we all use and love, and access to the pre-negotiated deal that we have with Letterstream.com so that you can get the offer in front of the person from start to finish, all costs included for less than the price of a stamp. So, and that includes, if you've listened to the show at all, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And the absolute wrong way to do it is licking a stamp and putting it on the envelope. Or going with one of the most, if not the most professional, the most learned and professional bulk mail company in the industry. If you walk through these guys' shops, it's amazing. It's very quiet. They have a manufacturer's rep machine guy on staff 8 hours a day in case something goes wrong. It's just amazing. They're all IT guys, so they're not really printers. They're IT guys, and they do the printing for Ricoh and some pretty high-end companies. Anyway, we were lucky enough to have a personal relationship introduced to us, and it's cheaper than the price of a stamp, and it goes out usually within 24 hours. And you don't have to do a mail merge anymore. They do all the work for you. So for details, go to Offers2Owners.com. We have not launched the product yet, but we will very, very, very soon. It's ready to go. We just need to clean it up and polish it a little bit, make it presentable. So what can you accomplish with this that you can't with Land Academy? Well, nothing. Because it's included and will be pre-released to all of our Land Academy members, existing members. It kind of replaces the printer that we have, and the data is the same. It's all the same data that we use anyway. This product specifically is for people who are interested and have a bunch of experience in real estate and just don't really need any help, or have flipped a bunch of houses, flipped a lot of land. They've used data and they understand printing and bulk mail, and they just don't need to be a part of the big system. They just need to have access to the professional grade tools on an ongoing basis, like our members do, and get some offers to, usually to homeowners to purchase houses. So it's geared toward homeowners, but it's the same data. It's all real estate data for all different real estate types. So can you flip a deal per month, sending 1,500 offers out? I think so. In fact, that's the new education program we're going to release sometime in the first quarter here. All about how Jill and I flip houses and wholesale houses. And here's the whole key. The whole key is find a buyer first. Find an experienced flipper that loves to clean stuff up and put it out on the MLS when they're done and make a ton of money. Your job is to find those people and then get some, use Offers to Owners to get offers to the owners of these properties and get them in front of the flippers. Mark them up 10,000 bucks like Jill and I do, or whatever works for you. So we're real excited about the product. We have a ton of people that are ready to sign up for it, and it's a real, I'm real excited about it. Like, this is the product that I would buy personally if I were introduced to it.
Well, I'm glad we're doing this show today because, this is a fantastic and not crazy goal for 2017. So I'm putting things this week in perspective because there's a lot of people right now. This is that time of year where we're all like, all right, we're rolling up our sleeves and we're going to do some stuff different. So this goal, a flip per month with Offers to Owners is really an attainable, not crazy goal for 2017. And I'm glad that you're explaining this too, Jack, because I think it can be for some people who are looking at Land Academy and looking at Offers to Owners, they need to know the difference. Land Academy is all about, every last detail for someone who's either new to this business or has done just a few little transactions. Maybe they inherited a property. Maybe they've been watching from the sidelines somebody do some stuff. They think they have the answers, but there's a lot of details. So that's really Land Academy, and this is going to be something that's available / included for those members. And they get the advance release too, which I love.
Yeah, so if you're saying something like this to yourself, yeah, Jack and Jill, I get it. You send a bunch of offers out, some people sign them, they send them back, and you close the deal. I get it. I've been doing houses or flipping houses for a long time. I've been sourcing properties through the MLS. I had a good or a bad experience sending some stuff in the mail. I'm probably pretty confident I didn't do it properly in the past, and I just haven't really done it consistently. And probably because I haven't had the access to the grade A tools or a printer that made it real easy, or it just took too long. This takes all of that garbage out. If you've flipped a few deals, or if you're a full-time investor for homes, apartments, or land, this is a great product for you. You're going to enhance how much deal flow, dramatically enhance how much deal flow you have coming in. If you're that far into it, you've already figured out a lot of this stuff, right? That's really what this is.
Exactly.
Maybe you haven't figured out the mailing piece, the offers piece or you're just using the MLS to source deals or brokers or whatever. This is a great addition for not a lot of money to really positively increase your deal flow.
It's funny. It makes me think of that time that you and I went to that meeting at that country. I don't know if it was at a country club, but it was a bunch of investors.
It was
kind
a
of
country club, and that's okay.
Okay. Well, so it was a bunch of investors, and it was a power meeting kind of thing. And you and I sat in the back, and somebody asked him a question about finding deals. Remember that? And one guy,
I love going to these things.
He does these big, huge. It's all apartment buildings.
He does investment grade apartment deals.
Exactly. And it was so funny because he was asking about. Someone was asking about how they find their deals, and the direct mail came up, and he said, yeah, well, we don't really do that. How did he say it? They had one good deal that came of that, so it was worth it because it was like millions that they saved.
No, this is what he said.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, we usually use brokers and property managers. He was in love with property managers, which is fine. You still have to proactively go out there and see what happens.
Right.
Which, if you listen to the show at all, we're all anti go out there and do stuff. Let it come to you. But he did say this. He said, for a year we sent out a bunch of postcards to apartment building owners, investment grade apartment building, but mom and pop people. And he said, nothing really came of it except this one deal. Well, and granted, we bought the deal and it was a 13 cap and we made about $14 million, but it's not consistent.
Exactly.
So Jill and I just started laughing in the back. Because it's not consistent, A, because he was doing it all wrong. He's sending postcards. Right. And B, it can be consistent if you just back into the numbers and say, oh, well, we snagged one. How about we double our printing? I don't think they spent $7 million on printing.
Exactly. What I thought was so funny is that it was profitable enough and he believed in it enough that he never turned it off, but he wasn't focused there and he was missing that.
And that's okay. A lot of people in the business that are, especially older people.
Doesn't know.
And I mean people over 50 that are in this business are really used to taking calls from brokers. And they're not used to the mail piece. And this product, that might not be for them. This product is for people that they don't cringe at the word data. and they don't cringe at the at the
like
thought
the guy
of,
yesterday.
at the thought of an Excel spreadsheet. They don't cringe. They're like, whoa, well, I know a little bit about that anyway.
Exactly.
Maybe I can add something here. So
that's so good. I just thought of something. The best 4-letter word, data. I was thinking data is not just a 4-letter word. We got to think we could do something funny with that, because
Right.
you're right. That's really true. When you say data, people either perk up or they go, uh-oh. And then you can tell
that's
right
a really
there.
good point. Like, because we do, that's how I answer the question now. What do you guys do for a living? Oh, we run a real estate data company. And they either walk away or they say, what? That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you think the percentages are?
I think it's more than 50%. Stop right there and look at you cross-eyed, because they're trying to form their next question and they can't. And then I say less than 50%, maybe 30%, maybe close to 20 will go, oh, depending on the crowd that we're talking to also.
Yeah.
But some of them go, all right, what is that? Like they'll ask some
They want
good follow-up,
more.
some questions.
Yeah, they want more.
You could see the wheels start spinning. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I said it one time to a mutual friend that Jill and I have back in Arizona, and she said, it's all about data. She said, what are you guys doing? I said, we started this data, this is years ago. She said, everything's about data.
Yes,
if you
it
have
is.
access to the data and you know how to use it, it's like fish in the barrel. Mm-hmm. And that's what this is. I'm not saying
Sure.
you can't go in blind without any education, but if you have a little experience with it, this product's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then up your numbers.
Yep.
That's it.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
And inspiration, that's me.
just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone, like me, in doing this show at 6 a.m.
It's not that bad, is it?
No, I like it.
This is
It's
kind
funny
of,
for
isn't
me
this
to-
really your first choice? I think if you had to
It's funny for me to watch you kind of, it's funny.
kind of show up
Yeah,
with my coffee and my...
you're handling it very well, I must
Thank
say.
you. Thank you very much.
All right, so what's the deal with the Rose Bowl parade? They couldn't have it with the football game because couldn't tie your horses up or something? That's a pretty interesting story.
Oh, it's basically all about the parade. And the parade years ago, the story goes something like never on a Sunday, because they didn't want the parade traffic down Colorado Avenue messing with the horses tied up for church. That's supposedly the story behind the never on a Sunday from years and years and years ago. So yeah, now on Colorado Avenue, there's not horses tied up for church, but they still will not do the parade on a Sunday for that. And they move everything. So not only is the parade today, but the football game's today. It's not on the 1st.
Oh, the football too. They moved the whole thing because
Everything
of the parade.
because of
Wow.
because of that thing. So it's all happens now. Today's on the 2nd because we won't do it on Sunday.
Amazing.
I know. So
You
it's
know,
everybody, but it's really cool though. Everybody around here, we're in LA right now. Everybody gets an extra day off work. The holiday's observed on the 2nd today.
Yeah. What do the kids call
So-
it? Like it was an unobserved holiday. Now it needs to be observed. So
Yeah.
you don't have to go to school.
Well, it's funny.
That's hilarious.
I can't remember. I think
I'm working right now.
I think. Well, even other states. I don't know why the other states are observing it today, but I guess because everybody gets a work day off for a holiday. I always thought that was funny, but.
One of the most Bill Gates has a bunch of famous sayings. I love Bill Gates, and he said, "There's no reason to take a day off in your 20s."
Oh.
And I really believe that. I mean, ever.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, like because you should be thinking ahead no matter what. Even if you're not showing up to the office, I'm sure he meant just don't take.
It's hard to explain that to people in their 20s because they think they're going to live forever. They don't think they're going to roll out of bed when they're 50 and their back hurts. They just think it's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I only need 2 hours of sleep if I sleep at all.
Exactly. That's a good point.
And eating, what? I do that once a week. Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land,
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
and really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.